Welcome to the History and Appreciation of Art online. My name is Dr. Amy Marshman and I will be your instructor for this course. Now I'm actually making this video for the History and Appreciation of Art 101 and 102. I'm going to be using the History and Appreciation of Art 101's webpage. So I know that for 102 it'll look a little bit different. Basically it's just like the specific content is different, but all the instructions are going to be exactly the same. So it will be fun. Now, as this slide mentions, this course is going to be completely online. In some ways, this is really great news. First of all, no exams. That means you don't have to show up to a classroom where you're not able to use your book or your notes, and you have to take some multiple choice like slide exam. So you don't have to do that. To me, that's a big bonus. That's pretty awesome. Also, you don't have to commute. So you can do almost all of your assignments from your own home, work, wherever you can log on to the internet, the library, whatever. So that's also a big advantage. Now, one of the it just depends on your perspective, disadvantages / advantages is that the online courses involve independent work. That means that everything is your responsibility. Because this is an online classroom, I will not be in your face saying, hey, this is due, you need to have this in, don't forget, blah, blah, blah. I won't be doing that. So everything is going to be your responsibility. Now, for some people, this works out really great because they have really busy schedules. They need to complete their work whenever they have time. This is fine because you just can do all your work, and as long as it's completed by the deadline, you're good to go. For other people, this is a bit harder. They need that instructor interaction and to be in a classroom and to have that kind of responsibility put on someone else. So if that's kind of your what you like to do, this might not be the class for you. So just kind of be aware of that. Also, as an online course, you will be doing a lot of reading. So I just want you to keep that in mind. You'll also be watching videos and completing quizzes and completing writing assignments as well. Okay, so I'm going to assume that if you are watching this video, you've made it this far that you know how to log on to Blackboard. But just kind of as a reminder, the way that you log onto Blackboard is you, of course, go to My Tyler, and then we'll ask you for your login information. And then, I'm not sure if you guys have this screen or not, if it's just me because I'm an instructor, but you click on Blackboard. And then you find our class. So whatever your class is, it'll be listed here. Okay, so when you get to our class, like I said, this is our 101 version, but the 102 is very similar. You will be greeted with an announcement. This is where I will put announcements throughout the semester. So be sure that you are paying attention and you read these announcements, because I'm not just putting them up there for my own good fun. I'm actually putting them up there so that to give you information. So check there first. Okay, so after you watch this video, the first thing that you want to do, especially if you've never had an online course before, is you go over here to Start Here. This is where you're going to find some kind of Blackboard training stuff. So, like I said, if you have never had an online course, you not use Blackboard, be sure that you click through here and check that out. After you complete that, go over to Syllabus and Policies. Now under syllabus and policies, you'll actually see a ton of policies, so read through those. The late work policy you should definitely check out. But also I want you to read our syllabus. So you click on that and our syllabus pops up. So again, this is going to be the same basically for 101 and 102. There's just going to be a few differences. But we're not going to read through this syllabus because I know the last thing you want is a video that tells you how to read a syllabus. I'm just going to point out a few things about the syllabus that you need to pay extra special attention to. One is how to contact me. Please send me emails at amarshman@jtcc.edu. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Now, when you email me, I'm not trying to be picky. I just have a lot of classes. So when you email me, please use our class. So if you're in Art 101, put Art 101. If you're in Art 102, put Art 102. and our section number. And you can find our section number right here as the subject of your email. Because, like I said, I have a lot of sections of 101 and 102, and so you send me an email, I'm not sure which class you belong to. I get very easily confused about who's in what class, so that really helps me out. The second thing is, please be sure to sign your emails, because if I don't know who I'm talking to, you know, like if you send me an email from, like, you know, hotdude103@gmail.com, I don't know who Hot Dude is, so please make sure that you sign your email so I know that who I'm communicating with. And even if you're using your John Tyler address, I might recognize your first name. I mean, yeah, I might recognize your first name, but then if it's in this John Tyler email address, I might be like, I don't know who that person is. So just save me a lot of hassle. Sign your emails. Okay, I do have virtual office hours. Basically, I don't really have any set hours, but you can email me if you need to, like, specifically talk or anything like that. Also, whenever I'm on my computer, I have my G-Chat or my Google Chat on, so you can contact me through my personal email address. And Google Chat is kind of like an instant message, so you can just like ask me like quick text messages through there, you know. Okay, so make sure you read through like the course expectations and descriptions and all that good stuff. The other thing I want to point out is our textbooks and supplies. So John Tyler's online versions of these courses has just switched over to a textbook called Revel. And Revel is an online version of Marilyn Stockstadt's Art of Brief History 6th edition. It's available at the bookstore. You can click through here. I'm not sure if you can get it on Amazon for cheaper, but you're welcome to check that out. You do have to have the online version, and you will be taking quizzes through this book. I actually think the online version is a little bit cheaper than the hard copy. So, and it is actually a lot easier with the online course to kind of have everything in one place. So that's mandatory. Make sure you get that. You obviously have to have reliable internet access to complete this course. It's an online course, you know. So the next thing you want to look at, read through this kind of managing your grade thing. Also, this is what your grade is going to be based on. We'll get into some of these in a little bit more detail soon, but we'll have video quizzes, online lecture quizzes, ProctorU quizzes, and that's all worth 25%. Then we have Revel quizzes and writing assignments. Those are worth 30%. The Museum project, which is 25%. I actually have a separate video to talk you through the Museum project, so make sure you check that out. It's under the Museum project link. Then we have discussion questions and discussion responses. So just kind of finish reading through here, and when you're done with that, go back to Blackboard. Okay, once you get back to Blackboard, you need to go to this Revel link. And this is going to be, I guess, after you buy your Revel textbook. You need to watch this video and figure out how to set it up. After you get it set up, you'll be able to click on any of these links that say Open Revel, and it will take you directly to the Revel book. All right, so after you get that set up, you will check out this tab called Assignments. Now, one of the most important documents on Blackboard for you is this schedule of assignments. I think it's a little bit complicated that we have Blackboard assignments and Revel assignments, so I've tried to make it as easy as possible for you. So I would recommend, and I know it's annoying, but I would recommend printing this schedule of assignments off. That way, when you complete assignments, you can check them off. You know when the due dates are, but whatever, that's up to you. Or maybe just like download it to your computer and you can kind of check that off as you go. Anyway, when you download it, it will look like this. So this is our schedule of assignments. So we're starting this week. Today is, you'll start your first day of class. And these are all the assignments that are due next week. So you can see week 1, everything is due on January 15th. Then you go to week 2, it has all the assignments that are due on January 22nd. So you'll have your due date listed here, and that means all of these assignments need to be completed by this due date. And this just lists them all, so just kind of make sure that you're paying attention to that and that you have all your assignments taken care of. Okay, now go back to the assignment page and it will look like this. Alright, so it's week 1. The first assignments we are going to need to complete are under the week 1 folder. Here we go. We've got the introduction. So for this week, all we need to do is watch this video, which you're actually watching now, so well done. Then you watch the introduction to the course, and then you will click on this link to go to your Revel assignments. Now, if you remember what was listed on this week for assignments to complete, you had to do the 2 videos, and then you had all these assignments to do within Revel. So these quizzes will actually be taken within Revel. So once you have Revel all set up and you can just click this Open Revel button, it will take you to Revel, in theory. Okay, it's going to take a second. And this is what you'll see. You'll see all the things that you need to take care of for this week. You can see the due date up here. I actually like to look at the list version better, but that's completely up to you. The list version just tells me like where I need to start, what assignments I need to complete. To me, it's just a little bit easier to kind of go through. So I click on the first thing that I want to, the first topic, and it will take me here. Okay, well, thanks for that. So copyright information. And eventually I will click through and I will get to the starter kit, which is the first thing that I need to read in this textbook for my assignment. So I'll read through that. Now, one of the things that I want to show you in this Revel book, and I know there we go, in this Revel book, is that a lot of times it'll seem like you're done with your reading and you'll be like, oh, okay, great, I'm done. But actually, you have a little bit more to read. So they have these things called Closer Look. I think it is on this next page here. And usually for the quizzes, you'll need to check out these closer looks, so make sure that you read them. They're actually usually pretty interesting too, and they are interactive. That's the one thing I do love about this book, is that it is interactive, even if it is a bit slow to load sometimes. So you saw how that said Closer Look, and I click on it, and it's going to take me to this page, which is going to talk about these particular figures, and you can kind of click through and see different things about it. Okay, so great. Now you know how to get to Revel, and you know how to, and again, make sure that you link your Revel to your Blackboard account. And there's a video on this Revel link to show you how to do that. So now you know your Revel assignments. And so for the first week, you really just have these 2 videos and then your Revel assignments. But for the second week, you also have additional Blackboard assignments, and that's why this schedule of assignment page is so important. So when you look at it, okay, this tells you all the Revel assignments. So if you see here up at the top, I have R for Revel, BB for Blackboard, and you complete, so like for week 2, we actually get into the actual content. You will complete all these readings and quizzes in Revel. Then you will have online lectures, and for this particular week, you have a writing assignment and weekly videos and your video quiz. But it's pretty self-explanatory, because when you click on week 2 folder, it will present you with everything you need to complete. It will have a link to Revel, and it will have your online lectures, and there's a quiz inside that folder, your weekly videos, and a quiz inside that folder. And so you'll have everything that you need to complete here in the folder. So it actually ends up, it sounds really complicated at first, but it actually ends up being pretty easy once you kind of get into it. Another assignment that we have is called the discussion board, and what you will do is you'll follow the instructions, and you can read about that a little bit more in the syllabus, but you can click on, like, so for week 13 we have a discussion board, and you will go here and you will post whatever is required for the discussion board. Another assignment that we have is the museum project, and this is where you find all the information about that, and there is a video for it as well. So check that out.